Highly favored, thank you for joining me on the Healing Streams Reflections. The title of today's post is Strangers and Pilgrims on Earth. At the invitation of Joseph, Jacob and his family moved to Egypt. Although Jacob's sons had originally intended evil for Joseph, God uses many people and circumstances to fulfill his plan for us. In Genesis chapter 46, verse 8 to 27, we have the family register of Jacob and his sons. The whole number that went down to Egypt was 66, according to the 26th verse of Genesis 46. But when we add Joseph and his two sons who were there before, and Jacob himself, the head of the family, then we have 70 people in total. This number will be the seed of the descendants of Abraham, whom God had promised to make a great nation, according to Genesis chapter 12, verse 2. What makes you anxious as you wait the answers to your prayer? God promises he will surely fulfill all that he has said, no matter how long it may take. Entering and settling into the land of Goshen required permission from Pharaoh, as the reunion between Jacob and Joseph took in Goshen, the most fertile section of Egypt. Jacob's statement in Genesis chapter 46 verse 30, "Now I am ready to die," shows his great satisfaction in meeting Joseph. He had so much pleasure and satisfaction in meeting his long-lost, thought to be dead son after many years of separation. As a responsible lord of the king's entire household, Joseph helped his brothers and father's household to settle in the land of Goshen by saying to his brothers and to all their household, "I'll go and tell Pharaoh that you have all come from the land of Canaan to join me. And I'll tell him, these men are shepherds and livestock breeders. They have brought with them their flocks and herds and everything they own. So when Pharaoh calls for you and asks you about your occupation, tell him, we have been livestock breeders from our youth, as our ancestors have been for many generations. When you tell him this, he'll let you live here in the land of Goshen. Shepherds are despised in the land of Egypt." Apart from the father Joseph, want to ensure that Jacob and the family live apart from Egyptians because they were nomadic. And so Joseph told them to let Pharaoh know they were shepherds. It is evident that with the time that Joseph spent in the king's palace, he had mastered who the king was and the kind of questions he will ask his brothers. Joseph was a man of wisdom. Beloved, we need wisdom when giving advice and the giver of wisdom is God. The more time we spend with the Master, the more we get to know him and what he desires from us. The strategy worked, and Jacob's family was able to benefit from Pharaoh's generosity as well as from the Egyptians' prejudice. Jacob and his family were made to settle in Goshen because of the occupation and probably because of their nationality, as Genesis chapter 43:32 reminds us of. This might have been God's way of isolating them from any social influence of the Egyptians and also preparing them to possess the land he promised to their forefathers. Joseph's actions should have reassured his brothers that he had forgiven them. However, this also shows that Joseph was a man whose heart has been transformed by the Lord. How willing are you to give genuine help to someone that has hurt you badly? Joseph loved his father so that he used his favor on him to get the family settled in a good place in Egypt. This is family business as usual. This is the reason why Joseph was trusted with favor. Beloved, can we bless someone when there is no advantage? Can you and I be consistent and continue to bless when nobody is looking? Now we can see why the favor rested on Joseph to the degree that it did, because Joseph kept on caring when he was not treated fairly, having a kind of love that could look beyond that hate and the evil that was done to him by his brothers. God can trust Joseph because his love survived all kinds of human bruises, yet that love of Joseph had the grace to accommodate his brothers' evil done to hurt him until they changed and even blessed them, those brothers who cursed him. All because Joseph understood something, that God had brought him into favor, a channel to bless them. And more importantly, the reason God put him into power is that his power will be used for the reconciliation of the family, the posterity of the nation Israel, and the continuation of the legacy of God. Can God trust you and get it through you? Then, beloved, God can give it to you to accomplish his purpose in your family, in the church he has called you, in the neighborhood community, so that you too can look back and open up a door for the needy and the rejected, as well as the marginalized in the community. God bless you. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.